My name's Stuart Wall. I was the producer of The Dark Lurking, and among other things, I also acted as production manager, production accountant, and occasional production runner. Sharp Effects came on board as our prosthetics guys. They were responsible for all of our creatures, the design, construction, and maintenance during the set, including making up the stunt actors and our actors. They were certainly involved from a very early period in the planning process, because they needed time to develop the designs, get them approved by Greg, and then work out the most efficient ways to make them and make our creatures become a reality. They created a lot of wounds on various people, chest wounds, neck wounds, a body hanging from the ceiling, a full bloodied face, exploding head. To save time, what we ended up doing is we created two different sets of our main creature. We call our main creature a rabid, as in a rabid dog. Sharp Effects came up with two versions of that. One was a simple rabid, which was basically a pull-on mask with gloves. That was great for our background action and background stunties, where it wasn't so much good for a close-up, but where we needed numbers to flesh it out. And those masks would only take about 10 minutes, 15 minutes on set to put on and goop, so they were good to go very quickly. For all our close-up work and the fine detail foreground stuff in the film, we required a creature that was a little more refined. So they created the Hero Rabbit, which involved black contact lenses, a lot more detail in the paint and the design of the creature, but still very much the same thing. Generally, the Hero Rabbids would start very early in the morning. They'd hit makeup at about 3 a.m. so that they were ready by about 6 to be on set as soon as possible. They also had a time limit with the amount of time they could have the black contact lenses that they wore in. So the second that they went in, we had 8 hours to use the Hero Rabbids. So we'd work the day around using them as much as we could, and then once the 8 hours hit, strike the rabbits and shoot other things for the rest of the day. Oh, no. The super rabbit at the end of the film is also the same creature that you see in the rainforest scene. His makeup time was actually quite short. Because it was a pull-on suit, it only required him literally stepping in it, zipping it up, and putting on his clogs and the helmet, which would generally be put on as the last minute thing because his visibility once it went on was next to zero. The actor that played that role, he went to Sharp Effects and he got a complete body cast done, and from that body cast they actually made a suit to fit him. Same with the head mask of that. It was all custom designed and built for that one particular actor. We're actually very practical and prosthetic heavy in our film, and the reason why we decided to go this way is that we figured that on the budget that we were doing it, that cheap computer graphics, while possible, generally don't look very good at all when you're doing it on the cheap, unless you know how to do it yourself and you're able to spend the time on it, which we don't have the skill set for. So for all our computer stuff, was generally sourcing outside. So it just wasn't reality for us to be able to use a great deal of computer generated effects. And so the real practical and prosthetic effects really came into the fore, and we like having that physicality as well about the whole thing, so that people can see what's in the frame and know that it was there for real.